Alright everybody, we're back for a little update on our tracker, Targa V19. A week ago, Friday morning, Basspro came and they're in Council Bluffs, came and picked up the boat. I took it to work and they picked it up there. Got a phone call about noon saying they'll have it back to me by the end of the day. So I said great, and that he never called back or anything, so I sent them an email on Saturday morning, and it still wasn't done. They hadn't got it in, they were too busy, so the whole Friday deal was a big joke. But they had it for a whole week. I got it back a week later on Friday night, and they told me everything was working. They tested all the electronics, everything as far as that goes. All the sonar imaging, it should work the way it should. So as soon as I got it, I took it to the lake about 5 minutes after they dropped it off and put it in the water, and it is still not working on the sonar imaging here on the council one here by the captain's seat. They did all their testing and everything was good to go, so I'm not sure what was going on with their testing, but it wasn't correct. They also told me that the trolling motor there, when it is in the down position, that it is designed to have this much bounce when it's going down the road, just banging like this. They said that's pretty normal. That's the way it's supposed to be. It's got a carbon shaft. I don't know how that works out for all the wiring and all the stuff inside of that thing. I don't know. I don't think vibration and stuff goes good with the wiring. Have issues all the time at work with that kind of thing. But anyways, they cleaned it up fairly well. We just wiped some water out of the inside of here. Still had some water in there from them washing it out multiple times, they said. And oh yeah, there's all the stuff. This is all the stuff that I found out of the bottom of the boat when I was cleaning around in there, messing around. All kinds of screws, big chunks of foam we pulled out of the bottom where the plug area was and out of the inside of the boat here. Quite a bit of stuff. I don't even know how much stuff they found, but they did a pretty good job tying up all the wiring down there. It looks a lot cleaner, and I don't think we'll have issues with stuff rubbing through as much as we did before. Side also, a little dark in there. I don't have my light in there today, but it's a lot better than it was before. So they got that fixed up on it for me and a little cleaned up. They also cleaned up the carpet pretty well. All them big stains that were down here. There was one there, there's another one here, there's a couple over here. They got them all pretty cleaned up for me, so that's a good thing. Looking at the motors, they were supposed to align these so that they were pointing in the same direction, but I mean they're close, but I can still tell it's off a little bit. I don't know what I'll have to do there. Probably just trim the big motor up, I guess, and leave it up out of the water when we're using the kicker so it doesn't try and steer the other direction. So what they did was with the sonar was basically, I'm not sure, but I don't know if you can see it or not. This is a unit that was on here. Hit the sonar and get the plain old white screen. Looks pretty bright. I don't know if you guys can see it. Yeah, it's bright. Anyways, there's nothing there on that. There's still nothing. There should be a little line here that shows your boat traveling along here, and that's not there on this one. This one here doesn't do it at all. You come up here to this one in the front, and it hit the sonar, and it works pretty well. So they told me that this trolling motor is outdated pretty much on a brand new boat they put on there. Put it on there and it was already outdated, so it doesn't have the down imaging transducer built into it. So yeah, I won't get any down imaging up here on the front. See how that line is running there? That's showing your boat line, whereas the other one didn't have anything like that. Alright, so Tracker Service Center there in Council Bluffs at Basspro did all their testing and everything was supposed to be working perfectly fine, the way it should be. So after I put it in the water and nothing worked, I called him and told him about it. So he said he was going to order me a transducer. And I said, okay, great. Which probably wouldn't happen anyway, because they can't find any of this stuff because it's all outdated stuff. Lowrance doesn't even sell these units anymore, and they didn't even have one on a boat they could pull off and give to me. So with that said, I took the unit off the front up there and I mounted it up here in the front so I could see if it was the unit here or the transducer and the wiring and stuff. So I'll get that hooked up for you guys so you can see that it does work. And the Lowrance unit that was here was bad. Not to mention that when we went to Basspro to look at this boat was outside with a cover on it, but both these units were on the boat, so anybody could have came up and switched their bad unit out pretty easily, I think. Or maybe they had another boat that they sold that had a bad unit on it, so they took it off this one and gave it to them. I don't know exactly what happened, but I suggested that Tracker replace it all with Hummingbird so that we could have the trolling motor, Minn Kota trolling motor and Hummingbird system working together. Alright, this started up with imaging. So you can see that boat right there is traveling. That's us moving. That's showing your down imaging is working. So, as you can tell, that's working. Yep, you can see it's even showing some imaging right now there to the sides. And you can see the boat moving pretty well. So the Lowrance unit up here that was mounted up here is obviously bad. Oh, look, right there we got sonar. And we got water temperature again. Pretty cool. But since Tracker warranty won't switch all this stuff out or make the change for me to update it to Hummingbird, which is an option, another option on the 2019 Tracker V19 Combo Tournament Edition. So, with that said, they won't give me the other setup, and this unit is out of date. They're out of date. They got the Elite T7 Ti2s now, so they don't even sell these in the stores. I'm sure you could probably find one on Amazon or something along that line, but so far with what they've said to me, since Tracker Warranty won't do the change it to Humminbird for me, which is really disappointing, I have to take this unit and send it in to Lowrance to have it serviced. Brand new. A brand new unit I have to take in that Tracker, when they built the boat and installed all this stuff, should have made sure it was all working. And Basspro Tracker Service Center there in Council Bluffs, they should have done the same. All this stuff should have worked and be in way better condition, clean. Everything should have been way better, in my opinion. When you buy a new car or a new house, you don't expect it to be dirty and used already and none of your kitchen appliances work. I mean, this stuff's pretty important for navigating the waters safely. But as far as that goes, I guess I get to send this back to Lowrance, and I'm not exactly sure how long that'll take. We'll be waiting. I don't know, I've had the boat almost a month. I just had to send in a payment for it, so it's been on the water once, in the water twice. Once just off the dock there to check when he brought it back, check out the fish finder, see if it was working. So we haven't even got a chance to break in the motor. Now we're just gonna move this unit here up to the front whenever we're trolling and back to here. So we're gonna go back and forth with it quite a bit until they can get this one here fixed, I guess. I don't know. They don't seem to wanna give it all on this whole deal. And I think they made out pretty well. Oh, I should mention they did get me a new boat cover. And when they got the new boat cover, it did come with the buttons here. If you can see them, this big button here. There's one on each side, one over here. That is the center ropes that I was telling you about that keep the tarp tight and keep it from flapping and keep your water running off the boat tarp correctly, keeping it from sinking down into the boat and stuff. So other than that, oh, they did get the windshield straightened out a little bit too. I got that a little better. It's not quite as bad as it was. Still a little bit lower there, but as you can see, maybe there. See, it's still a little bit low, but I asked them how to adjust that because I'm sure that's going to happen again here in the near future, and they said you got to take this whole console here loose, one or the other, this one or that one, and take it loose and move it up or down to get the windshield to match. So I'm sure I'll be experiencing that pretty soon. And I'll probably have to do a little bit of timing on these engines. I don't know. The steering a little bit off and it's still, I don't know. I don't like it. I don't like the way it looks when they're pointing in the different directions. And I'm sure we'll have issues traveling on the water with the kicker because this is a pretty big boat, even for a 9.9 horse. But anyways, thanks for viewing, and I'll give you another update. I'm trying to see if they will take the boat back, try and get that, just get rid of it, be done with this whole undertaking of my first new boat, which was terrible. I mean, the worst experience I've ever had buying anything. It's just, I don't know, pretty crazy, but yep. Subscribe, like, come back. I'll do a review on the fish finder when we get it, let you know how long it took to get it back. Hopefully we can get some video of us out on the water fishing and catching some fish one of these days, but that's how it goes. Thank you.